we're going live today. So I've been now incorporating more lives into my channel because I feel like it's more engaging and I need to do this more often instead of just filming a video and then just editing it and then you guys don't get to engage, talk, and it's just you're able to see the unfinished copy, which is just good. It's more authentic. Okay, so I brought my whiteboard with me so we can actually write some stuff down, and it's easier for a live because if you miss stuff, you will just see on the whiteboard. Okay, so today we're talking about living more intentional for happiness, success, glowing up. Hello. Just personal success and just even in general locking in, just reaching our goals. That's what my channel is all about. So let me just get everything together. Okay. So locking in or living more intentional does not mean that you are overcrowding your entire plate and you're doing so much. So the first tip that I have for you guys, and the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be elimination. Okay, so this is number one. Elimination. Okay, number one on the list is elimination, which means that you are no longer doing unnecessary tasks, unnecessary consuming of unnecessary media, and having unnecessary people in your life, or just doing unnecessary things that are bringing you, just not making you feel good, right? So let's say, for example, you are scrolling on social media and you're just seeing so much excessive news, people that it's just, what is this giving you? Like, it's either making you feel worse, maybe about yourself, or you're just feeling negative. So just press not interested. Okay. You don't have to think about every single topic or every single problem all at once every single day. So I recently had a talk with one of my friends and she was telling me about this specific thing that she's seeing online, and she's talking about how like it's stressing her out. She's seeing this specific problem, like right now she's focusing on this, let's say problem A. She needs to lock in on problem A, and now problem B is just showing up on social media. It's just like kind of looking her in the face and just saying like, okay, well, this is the reason why you're not doing this. This is where the reason you're not succeeding in this. But problem A is what you need to be focusing on right now. So you have free will. You're able to say not interested to problem B. So this is what we can do with elimination. Elimination meaning you're eliminating these distracting things, these excessive amounts of information and inputs in your mind, inputs in just you as a person. So you want to make sure that you're not inputting so much stuff, you're not getting excessive information from all sides, right? That's so exhausting. How are you going to preserve your energy? Preserving your energy. Okay, oh my gosh, before we even get into that, let's talk about preserving energy versus preserving time. People always think that you have to preserve your time. It's more so preserve your energy. Because let's say you have 10 hours in the day, but you are drained. Is that 10 hours going to be of any value to you? No, because you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You're not going to be able to work out to the fullest, produce the right work in work, right? You're not going to have good outputs. You're not going to be able to anything, right? So the main thing you want to do is preserve your energy. Make sure that you're actually locked into like, what are you actually consuming throughout the day, and make sure that you actually are intentional. This is what it means to live intentionally. Okay, so this can apply to your happiness, because obviously you can tell if you are consuming so much content, you're not going to be as happy. You're going to be, if you are burnt out and tired, you're not going to be as happy. So number one, eliminate this excessive content for this happiness, for this personal success. Whatever your goal may be, you're eliminating all the other goals. People have so many goals, they just overwhelm themselves with too many endpoints. You can't wake up every single day and you have a whole list of goals, a whole list of endpoints that you want to reach. That's just not how it's just not going to work like that. You want to implement one thing at a time. You're not going to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to meal prep the entire week. I'm going to clean the entire house. I'm going to get all these, whatever, this done, and you just came back from work and you're tired. Okay, so elimination. That's number one, is eliminate the unnecessary. Eliminate the unnecessary. If you guys have ever read 4-Hour Workweek, this by Tim Ferriss, he talks about the elimination diet and basically how you may know about elimination diet in terms of actual diet, and to figure out what is causing you digestive issues, you have to eliminate different ingredients, and then you're seeing like, did the introduction of this one ingredient make my stomach hurt? Okay, no. Because basically to find out a specific thing, you have to do just one at a time. Or you have to test one thing at a time. If you take 10 supplements at once and you're feeling better with whatever condition you have, you won't know which of those 10 supplements worked. So elimination, make things simple. Make things simple so you're able to focus and get the full effect from one thing. If you have a goal in goal A, only focus on goal A. You can tell yourself right now, I'm going to think about goal B later. Write down goal B, everything you need to know about it. Everything you need to know about goal B, write it down. Everything you need to think about, everything that you need to remind yourself at a later date, just tell yourself, okay, we're going to think about this later. Not right now, okay? So you're actually scheduling out time, just like as if it was an actual task, to think about or stress about this later. So at least it's under control in your mind. I'm just gonna turn back on my notes here. So, okay, so I hope that makes sense, because it sounds very strange to do this, but you maybe, say you're stressed about a specific topic, maybe there's a breakup that you just went through, or maybe there's like, I don't know, some specific like very stressful event that's happening, and the stress of thinking about this, the overconsumption of this thought, the thoughts that are overconsuming you are just kind of overconsuming your day. So the easiest way to kind of relieve yourself of this is just telling yourself, we're going to think about this, we're going to stress about this, we're going to cry about this, but just over here on Thursday. Okay, not today. So you feel more at ease. This is like a little trick to play on your subconscious mind. You feel at ease knowing that you scheduled out the time somewhere else to kind of stress about it. So you're like, okay, well, I'll stress about it then. Okay? So it's like a little subconscious trick that you can play with yourself. So this is number one with elimination. If this board doesn't look like I'm holding it, it looks like I'm pressed up against my whiteboard. But yes, I actually love whiteboards. I'm gonna start using these more in the videos. And let me know if you guys like when I write on the whiteboard, and if like it's more clear, or if it makes things more confusing. So that's what we have there. And yeah, so you're basically just choosing what topic or what habit, what problem you want to think about only once. Like, you're just choosing problem A. This is what we're going to focus on right now. Tomorrow I'll focus on problem B. This is specific also for, let's say you have 2 different jobs that you're going to do. You have your personal life job, maybe you have a side business, and then you have your job, like where you have to actually have responsibilities. It's really hard to think about your personal side job while you're going to work and doing that job for your boss or whatever you're doing. So specifically carve out time in a separate day when you're not going into work, where you have the entire day to focus on your side business. So you're specifically carving out time, thinking about this problem topic at a later date. Okay? You want to have like a dedicated time to focus on A, dedicated time to focus on B. So you have a clear mind. So eliminate all distractions. This is going to help you lock in. This is going to help your happiness, because how are you going to be happy if you're just constantly like bombarding yourself with all these things, right? The happiest cultures that I've noticed are the people that actually give themselves time to relax and calm down. If you guys have ever been to Europe, you guys know, like, they literally have a period of time during like lunch called what the heck is it called? But anyways, you basically just have this siesta. It's called siesta, in the middle of the day, where they just go home and relax, and like stores are closed, shops are closed, and they're just chilling. okay? Because you're prioritizing your health, you're prioritizing your happiness. This is not because they're lazy, it's because what's important in life is your enjoyment. If you're trading all your time for money, but you don't have any time, you're giving away your money, because time is money, right? What is your life worth if it's all just gone? If all the time is gone? You want to make sure you actually have the time to actually live and enjoy life. Okay? So make sure you have your priorities like in line and you actually know what's actually important. So another thing that I want you guys to note is to actually fill your day with things that you actually enjoy. Okay? So you're eliminating the unnecessary and you're filling up the time with things of enjoyment. Okay. I have too many notebooks in front of me right now and this, but okay, the next thing on the list is fill day with enjoyment. Let's just ignore how messy this was. So what does it mean to fill your day with enjoyment? Okay, it means that your life does not revolve around your worth is what your outputs are. Okay, like life does not just revolve around the fact that whatever you output is what your worth is as a person. Just because you did X, Y, and Z in your job does not mean you are worth more than the guy on the street that did nothing. No outputs within his job or didn't even have a job. That doesn't mean you're any less worthy or more worthy. Okay? So actually enjoy your day. So fill your day with things that you actually enjoy. Of course, everyone has to start somewhere. That's the whole point of the growth journey. You all, on the growing journey, you're going to realize that like, okay, this is what I had to do. I had to do this to get here. I had to do this to get here. You're expanding your comfort zone. You're expanding your capabilities. You're expanding your learning. You're just growing as a person. And every stage that you're in is a stage to be grateful for and thankful for. So fill your day with actual things. But what you put out does matter. Yes. What you do put out does matter, but not in terms of what the Western world kind of views everything as. They view it as like your work is the most important thing about you. But it's not so much your work, but it's more so the value you give to the world. What value do you bring as a human being to the world? Are you helping people? Let's say your job does not directly help people. You're not like in the hospital and you're not, saving lives. What about when you're in the office and someone passes you by? Are you friendly to them? Or do you add any value to your day? Do you, add happiness to the workplace? The people that you're with, your friends, your family, when you go home, are you decreasing their day, like making them feel worse about themselves or whatever? Or are you increasing the energy in the house? So your value, not your value, but you want to bring value into the world. So a way to do this and to manage your energy is to actually fill your day with things that make you feel enjoyment. So making sure you're like almost like romanticizing your day. Romanticizing your day in the way where like you're waking up and you're actually like feeling happy to wake up. You're going into the washroom, you're doing your morning routine, you're eating the things that you want to eat. Like it feels good to eat those things. Like you're actually putting nourishing things into your body. You're just filling your day with good things, right? So this is how to actually live living intentionally. And this advice that works that I'm putting in this video means that you are choosing every step of your day. You're choosing the parts of your routine. And I actually just filmed a video about scripting and journaling techniques to help change your self-concept. And you want to make sure that you're intentionally doing things throughout your day that actually make you feel happy, that make you feel fulfilled, so that you don't have this drained energy that you're now taking out on others. Okay? You want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel fulfilled as a person. Let me read a couple things of what you guys are saying. Not everyone is going to like you, no matter how much value you bring. Absolutely. So this is just like life life lessons, is that you cannot please everyone. So don't exhaust yourself and drain yourself with this like never ending feeling of like, I need to please everybody. No, absolutely not. That's not the goal here at all. And you're building an atmosphere of growth in your daily life. Absolutely. So every single day, a quick way to do this is to have a reflection. So we can even write this here. Is, let's say the third step here is reflection. Reflection meaning, okay, so let's say in school, you do your test, get graded, you get your test back. The whole reason you get your test back is that you can learn from your mistakes. You're reflecting on your mistakes. You're reflecting on your work. So a good way of reflection, you guys know, if you've watched me before, is journaling. So step 3 here to live intentionally is reflection. How are you going to live intentionally if you don't even know what you felt about yesterday? If you haven't written it down, reflected upon it. Okay, let's say you get home from your long day at work. You're tired, you're a little bit drained. Let's write it down. Let's get all the thoughts down on the paper. So now you're able to go to bed with a clear mind, number 1. You're able to learn from your day. First of all, you're able to vent to something that you don't have to go get obviously it's good to get a therapist or a coach, but just you and your thoughts, you're able to like get it all out. You're able to talk to somebody, talk to your paper, get it all out. Okay, journaling is so beneficial. It's so beneficial. It's going to bring that mindfulness into your day. And now, not only are you reflecting on your day today, now you're going to go into tomorrow a little bit more aware of the actions that you're taking or the things that you're consuming, because you know today or in that night, you're going to do a reflection. You're going to do some journaling. So you're going to already be thinking, well, what's something I can be writing down in this journal? Oh, is this something I really want to be keeping with me? Is this something I want to be doing? Because I'm going to have to write about it in my journal and I'm not going to be very happy with it. Okay, so let's say you have 1 hour break and you're spending your entire hour break on TikTok scrolling. Okay, yeah, you went home, you did the journaling, you're reflecting, and now you're like, okay, I feel like that drained me. I could have done something more productive. I could have went for a little walk. When I was sitting all day, I really should have went outside for a quick walk. Whatever it may be that you're journaling and that you're reflecting upon, it's going to bring more mindfulness to your day. You're going to have more mindfulness. Mindfulness as in you're going to have more presence. You're going to be more present with your daily activities, your daily habits. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, exactly, you're holding yourself accountable. So, yes, we love that. You're holding yourself accountable in the way where you're looking at your day. You're looking at all the statistics on the day, and now you're evaluating, like, how do I feel about this? I did this, this, and this. I told myself I was going to do this. I didn't do it. Well, I feel a little bit like I could have done this. I feel a little bit like disappointed in myself. Not that I want you to have this, like, I'm not instilling these feelings of shame and regret. We're just evaluating the day, reflecting upon it so you can learn from your mistakes and grow. So tomorrow you're actually a better version of yourself. And now you're like, okay, well, today I know I'm going to have this reflection at the end of the day. So you know what? I'm eliminating the things that I don't want to be doing, that unnecessary tasks that are just wasting time, filling up the day. You have 24 hours in the day, 8 hours you're sleeping. Okay, 24. Let's say whatever it is in the week, like 8 hours a night you're sleeping. That leaves you, I don't know how many hours, depending on when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep, but a good amount of hours during the day. We all have the exact same amount of 24 hours in the day. You're eliminating the things that are genuinely taking up your time and not bringing you the results that you want in any regard. Okay? Okay, now you're going to fill the rest of your day with enjoyment. That means the activities you're doing are bringing you joy. If you're doing something that's bringing you joy, okay, let's say it's running, whatever. Let's say it's playing with your kids. That's filling your day up with enjoyment. So that's something you don't want to eliminate. Something you want to eliminate is the things, unnecessary tasks. Unnecessary things that are just like bogging you down. Maybe it's like things that you actually don't even see as a waste of time. but you need to evaluate your day and think like, is this actually necessary? Maybe there's certain things that you're watching, like medias that you're consuming, that is just actually unnecessary, and you actually need to like, you know, take a step back and like look and think like, is this actually benefiting me? Okay. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Most content is entertainment purposes, and people are trying to get like views, people are trying to get reactions, and reactions are usually like, it's usually entertainment content. Usually things that are really going to benefit you, there's far and few, and you don't need to over consume all this content. People are over consuming content. Absolutely. And a lot of the times with my clients, I notice that the main thing that they tell me they want to do, like we'll talk about health habits and stuff, habits to incorporate, but then they tell me they want to eliminate overconsumption of media. They want to reduce their watch time on this app or that app, or like the TikTok scrolling, because they tell me, they know when you get on this app, it pulls you in, you're staying on there for way too long, and now you don't have the time. When I ask you, did you do this goal, this habit, this system, because we're setting up systems in their lives, they don't have the time because they just wasted it doing another activity. So elimination, it's such a good productive way. But this is kind of also a cycle. Once you do this reflection, now you're able to know better tomorrow what you can eliminate. This is why this is kind of like a 3-step process. Elimination, fill your day with enjoyment, right? Because you don't want to just have only you're just eliminating everything and just doing everything you don't enjoy. You want to just fill the day make sure you're doing things that you enjoy. It could be as simple as you're literally just wearing your good clothes. People just keep their good clothes in their closet and they never wear them. What are you doing? They keep their good dishes somewhere far away and they don't even use them. Why are you not enjoy your day? Enjoy your life. Actually enjoy. Okay? And then reflect. This is a good way to just instill happiness. You're living a happy, fulfilled life where you're actually feeling good. It's not just you're feeling good at the end, when you reach the goal. It's not about the destination. This is the journey. Okay? This is such like a cliche type of system here, but trust me, this works. This is a lock-in routine. Reflection will teach you what to eliminate. Okay, so another thing with this and with living intentionally, you're going to have to get over this notion of people pleasing. People pleasing in the way where if you're doing a certain thing that is to your core, this is your value, this is something that you value about yourself, or just values that you have, and somebody questions that, you're in the process of, doing that value, and now you people please by saying like, oh, you dismiss your values, you dismiss your actions, the things that you value, because this person does not approve of them. Let's say, for example, this is a really weird example, very, very niche example I'm going to give you guys, but the receipts, okay? Holding receipts, the BPA and the receipts. This is actually a funny example, but I remember one of my friends, like I think we were out somewhere and like whatever, like I think I just was holding a receipt and like I was like, I don't like holding receipts, you have the BPA, I don't want to, like it goes into your skin. It's just something that like I personally just don't want to hold it. And they're like, somebody can judge you and they can be like, why are you holding, like why are you scared to hold a receipt? Like that's so extreme. That's too much. Like you're doing too much. And I could just compromise my values and I can just be a people pleaser and be like, you're right, let me hold this receipt. But like, no. Like I'm just going to stick to my values and be the person that I want to be. If the person I want to be, like there's a difference between taking constructive criticism and being like, okay, you're right, or hearing them out properly in an unbiased way, not being like, oh my gosh, they attacked my actions. They attacked me and like what I was doing. Versus just like, actually like you listen to them, you you listen to them. Thank you so much, sir. You listen to them, you digest their whatever they're their criticisms are, or their concerns are, their comments. And then you evaluate, like, is this something that like aligns with me? Is this something that makes sense? Is this something I should consider? And if not, if you still believe in your own values, then continue to act like that. Like, continue to do what you're doing. There's a million people, there's so many people that you're going to be in contact with or pass by, and not everyone's going to enjoy everything you're doing. Not everyone's going to love everything that you're doing. So it's very important to be strong in your values, to be strong in the things that you believe in. Okay, so another thing is I want to talk about here, the last kind of topic I want to talk about is the 80-20 principle. So what does the 80-20 principle mean? I know you guys have probably heard of it, but you can actually apply this to a lot of things in your life. So it means that 80% of your results are coming from usually 20% of your inputs. So let's say you're doing, let's say out of the 10 tasks that you're doing for, okay, let's say your business, 2 of them are really moving the needle with your business. Okay. Now, how do you figure that out? You can do some reflection, journaling, evaluating, obviously just good business evaluation, seeing where did this, let's say you got a client, where did this client come from? Or let's say you got a sale, where did this sale come from? Let's say you came from Instagram Reels. Well, maybe you do it again. You see, okay, well, this is actually bringing in the sales. Let's continue the Instagram Reels, so that maybe that one task, even though you did ads on all different platforms, this is the one that you want to focus on. So this is where 80% of your results, or 80% of your sales, 80% of your progress is coming from 20% of your inputs, 20% of the work that you're doing. Now, how can we use this to our advantage is we want to expand that 20, and now we're going to be doing this 20% a lot more. Putting our energy into this 20%. Instead of having such a huge list of to-dos, a huge list of goals, a huge list of systems, you're going to be putting all your energy into this 20%, the 20% that is bringing you that 80% results. Okay, so another way to look at this is what's bringing you the most stress. So there's going to be a 20 kind of, maybe it's going to be the reverse here. But usually there's a few things that's going to be bringing you 80% of your stress. Now let's eliminate those 2 things or reduce those even more. Okay, so what is those 2 things out of the 10, the 20% that is going to be bringing you 80% of your stress? Reduce those. Journal. How can we reduce those? You don't even have to journal in the journaling way. Just at least write it down, plan it out. Okay, so this is utilizing the 80-20 principle. Now, like I said, the 80-20 principle is used multiple, all around the board. It's not just with your business, it's with your personal life, it's with glowing up, it's with just being a better version of you. What is bringing you the best results? And put your energy in there. Because if you have way too many dispersion of energy amongst many different habits and goals, you're not going to have this energy for the thing that matters the most, the 20%. You want 80% of the, you want this results to go from 80 to 90, 95. How would we increase this? If 80% of your results are coming from the 20, you will need to increase the 20. Put your energy into here. Remember we talked about energy management versus time management. You want to preserve your energy, not waste it on so many things. Eliminate the unnecessary tasks so you actually have the energy to put into these 20%, to expand this 20%, to now expand your results. Okay. So yeah. Let me see if I had any other notes here. And this is really good for also your inner peace. Inner peace and happiness. Like, again, this video is about absolute happiness. Like, true inner peace and happiness comes from something where there's like a spiritual, like where you feel a purpose. You feel you're living in your authenticity. Maybe that's a connection to God. You can't be authentically connecting to God if you don't take pride in what you're like connecting to. If you're just like, oh no, everyone's criticizing this view or this belief, so I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna engage in it. Okay, well, how can you live authentically if you're scared and you're a people pleaser? You're not gonna live very authentically. Okay, so that's basically the live. I don't think I'm not gonna really go over too much. I just wanted to talk about this because this is how you really get to live intentionally. This is how you get the results of success, glowing up. We can go more into glowing up. Glowing up, we can talk about the elimination. Elimination, people like to do a million things for glowing up, for being a better version of themselves, or for looking more presentable, or whatever they want to be, like becoming a more attractive version of themselves. But choose what are the things that you actually want to put your energy in that is going to make the most difference. Is it actually going to be like spending more on makeup if you're a woman? Or is it going to be working out? Because working out is going to change the underground, the foundation. You're going to feel more confident if you feel more confident in your body. You're not going to want to put as much stuff on top. Let's say your skin, obviously investing in your skincare, being consistent with your skincare routine is going to bring you better results than buying more expensive makeup. Cheap makeup, honestly, sometimes it actually works the exact same way as more expensive makeup, potentially even better. I'm all for, like, obviously investing into yourself, but like actually prioritize what is going to work the best for you. Is buying a bunch of fast fashion things you're going to wear once beneficial for you? Or is buying one piece that's higher quality that you're going to wear more often, that's going to have more ROI because it's going to be like better for interviews, or better just for like your appearance and how people perceive you, more professional, more clean, put together, versus just buying random outfits that are just like cheap that you're just excited to buy because you just want to, like, I don't know, go a specific place. I personally work out, you're asking me, I work out let's say 5 to 6 times a week. I probably have like 1 rest day, 1 to 2 rest days. And if I am doing a rest day, usually I am doing like some steps or I'm doing some stretching. And working out is probably the most beneficial, and that's going to be part of your 80-20 principle. So 80% of your results are probably going to be coming from 20%, and the 20% is like, I mean, what is part of that 20% is usually what you're doing physically working out. Okay? Depending on the person. Sometimes people are working out, but they're still unhealthy because their mind is unhealthy. They're not at peace. They're not enjoying their life, their day. They're not feeling fulfilled. They're not even living authentically. Okay? It doesn't mean like just because you're working out doesn't mean like you're healthy. No. Okay? There's a lot more that goes into being healthy, but you have to like look at it for you. That's why this third step here about reflection is so important, because it depends on the person. Okay? It depends on the person. You have to evaluate and reflect for yourself so that you know what to eliminate, what to not eliminate, what to fill your day with, what's important to incorporate. Okay? And again, you want to always remind yourself to protect your energy and to manage your energy rather than managing your time. Okay? Because what is that 10 hours, like I said in the beginning of this live? If you have 10 hours in the day, but you have 0 energy in the tank, what is that 10 hours? What value is that 10 hours? There's not much. If you have 1 hour, but 100% energy, That's a lot more valuable than the 10 hours. So your energy is way more valuable than time. Okay? Energy. Manage your energy by eliminating unnecessary tasks that are draining your energy. Feeling fulfilled by filling your day with enjoyment. Reflecting upon your day so you're actually able to hold yourself accountable. You're able to evaluate what went good, what went wrong, what can you change for tomorrow. Even just things that you're grateful for, like reflecting upon the things of your day. Changing your headspace, shifting your mindset. And then implementing this 80-20 principle. You can read more about it. It's so important, guys. This is like the main thing that will actually move the needle, because you're doing the 20% that's giving you 80%. You're increasing this. Obviously, you're going to move the needle even more. You have to evaluate first, what is these things? What is the 20% that's giving you 80% of the results? 20%. Like I said in the video, I'm going to go over one more time. If there's 10 tasks that you're doing in the day, 10 tasks that you're doing for your business, and 2 of them, you have to figure out what are the 2 that are bringing you the 80% of the results in your business. And now let's focus our energy on those 2 tasks. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm not going to ramble on for too long, but I will definitely do more lives. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments for future lives or future videos. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.